There's no place like home.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you.
Well, hi there, and welcome to Home Wizards, where we love to just make you feel good about the spaces you call home, improve your home and improve your life. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer.
Now, would you say that your home is green?
I would say that I've attempted many, many things, and I have some work to do, but I'm trying hard.
So
how's that for sidestepping?
That's great. What is the greenest thing that you're doing right now to your home?
Well, lighting, LED lighting.
Mm-hmm.
I have great energy efficient heating and air stuff. I have great irrigation.
Good. Well, see, you're doing better than a lot of people.
Yeah.
You're recycling.
Recycling.
Are you composting?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you have solar?
I do not.
Okay. Well, there's
I have some solar lights.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
You mean like solar landscape lights?
Yeah, I don't. Which are like there's kind of light shining on stuff. Not. Those aren't
anyway,
great.
there's a great move going on right now in the state, and it's a program to help us all be smarter about. As you just did, you're walking through, you're thinking what is in your home, what's in your landscaping, how are you using or wasting energy. And so with us is a woman who's going to help us get a little smarter. Janine Kubert is with Build It Green. And so welcome to the show, Janine.
Thanks, Cindy. It's good to be here.
Yeah. And so first of all, tell us, what does green mean to you at Build It Green? What is it all about?
Oh, well, we have a program called Green Point Rated that helps homeowners understand how to green their homes. And we have 5 categories. It's energy efficiency, water conservation, indoor air quality, resource conservation, and then community benefits, which is like being close to public transit and parks and places to shop.
Okay. And so to have our home Green Point rated as a label, what does that mean? I mean, it's almost like a car, right?
Yeah, it's basically like a report card for your home where you can win points in each of those categories for things that you do around the house to upgrade it. So it can be really simple things like putting in CFL bulbs or putting on that low-E film on your single-pane windows, putting in some weather stripping. Each of those things will get you points towards getting the label.
Mm-hmm. And if we have more points, then possibly we're going to get some money? Is that how it works?
Yeah, well, right now in L.A. County, there's a $2,000 rebate. So the way it works is you do these upgrades to your home, and you have a Green Point rater come out, and they'll go through the checklist with you to evaluate your home. And ordinarily, you would pay that Green Point rater a fee, but right now in L.A. County, you can get a rebate to completely cover the cost of getting the Green Point rater to do that for you.
Mm-hmm. And is this something that's going to happen throughout the state?
The rebate for the Green Point rated label is just available in L.A. County and Alameda County. So it's really a great benefit for L.A. County homeowners right now.
But will it fan out further or no? Just kind of staying in those 2 areas for the time being?
The Green Point rated label is only going to have the rebate in those 2 areas. But there are additional energy upgrade rebates. You can get up to $8,000 for doing other energy efficiency upgrades all across the state. There's different amounts. But in L.A. County, it's $8,000.
Wow.
So what are some of the things that you're talking about, for example?
So that would be things like putting in attic insulation or sealing your ducts, sealing the hot water pipes, doing some combustion appliance safety testing. These are things they would have an energy upgrade specialist come out to your home and help you do an energy audit, and they do a test before and after to make sure that you're getting energy savings. And the typical energy upgrade, I think, is around $12,000, so the $8,000 is really a good down payment on that.
So where does the money come from, and why is this happening? We want some money.
And wait, why don't I have the $8,000? Because I've done most of the things you mentioned.
Actually,
is it retroactive? Can you just send me a check now?
Unfortunately, no. You have to doing the work with through the program.
But seriously, where does the money come from?
So the money is coming all through. Actually, we can thank the stimulus funds for all of this. It came down to the California Energy Commission and the California Public Utilities Commission, and they were instructed, hey, work together. We want to, get some green jobs out there, and we want to help improve energy efficiency and cut back on greenhouse gas emissions. And so Energy Upgrade California was formed through the partnership of those two entities. And then they're working with all the local governments and the utilities to roll it out.
And so everyone wins in the end. I mean, the state wins, the utilities win, because when we're more efficient, then everyone's saving money, right?
Right. We're all reaching the climate change goals to reduce emissions, and we're saving energy. We're saving on our utility bills. I mean, it's really great for everybody.
Fun. So because when you hear about some of these, have something so sophisticated as having your home getting a label or a report card, it almost seems daunting. It seems like we're not good enough, because I don't like report cards.
I just like when they say things like, I like when they just write in grades like, he's pretty good. He's trying to do things.
A for effort.
Yeah.
Good attitude.
Right.
But math skills not so much.
No, not so good.
But seriously.
I think the idea is, people are already doing remodeling projects, and a lot of times it's really easy and affordable to just do it in a way that's a little more green, and it's going to save them money. It's going to save them on their utility bills. It's going to make their house more comfortable. So we're really trying to provide Greenpoint Rated as a guide for them that, hey, take a look at this. Take a look at greenpointrated.com when you're going to do your remodel, and there's all kinds of tips, how to do it in a way that's just a little bit more green, and it's going to give you a better, healthier home in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, to me, really important, because I think a lot of homeowners, when they're in that world of trying to figure out how to budget out a remodel, they oftentimes will look at this and say, there's this stereotype or perception out there that, oh, no, it's going to be 30% more if I do this. There's no way I can afford it.
I mean, for the long time, green has been more expensive, hasn't it? It feels like, Janine, haven't you, as you've been partnering with all these different entities for this program, it feels like the prices have come down a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's become almost standard now. If you go into Home Depot and you're shopping for a shower head, you can find the low-flow shower heads. I mean, they'll have a little water sense label on them, and they're usually almost the same price as the other shower heads. And I just love
the fact that there's awareness now, just in general population, in terms of contracting and also homeowners, that this is a viable alternative to what we used to do.
It's
before.
A lifestyle now, right?
It really is.
It's not just an option, and it feels too that the incentive for a lot of folks. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like most people are doing this because of selfish reasons, that we want to save money. And then there might be, but by the way, we're also doing the right thing. We're helping the environment. Is that the attitude that you're seeing, or am I wrong?
No, it's definitely, it's quality of life. It's savings on the utility bills, but it's also comfort. I mean, so many people, they're just like, my home is drafty. Why is that? And my utility bills are $300 a month, so that's not good either. But, and then there's a lot of people who care about indoor air quality. Like, my kids have asthma, or I have a parent living with me, and why is it that we have this problem? Oh, well, it's because our air filters are bad, or there's mold coming in through the walls. We should really check that out.
And something that Eric is doing right now, if you were listening to us doing our pond segment, talk about your sprinklers that are going to be saving a lot of water.
Yeah, my friend Chris Tuck turned me onto these sprinklers. They're by Rainbird, and they are buried under the ground about 2 inches, and they emit water and water all the vegetation through the root system, not from overspray on top. And it's just incredible to me, because I watch the sprinklers go off in these traditional homes, right, where it's just blasting water, at the wrong time of the day, and it's literally evaporating before it even hits the ground. And this just seems like such a sensible alternative.
So it's almost like it's underground.
It's underground, and you can also do it with lawns too.
Neat.
It's an amazing system.
So Janine, what are some of the do-it-yourself things, just on the very low end, our low budget type things that we can do to at least be more efficient and maybe still qualify for some of these rebates?
So I mentioned some of the energy, the bulbs, and then there's aerators you can put on your faucet, even if it's not a low-flow faucet. Those are usually free from your local water utility. Sprinklers, yes, there's water-based controllers for sprinklers that you can find so that they won't go sprinkling your lawn when it's raining outside.
Yeah, it kind of communicates with the weather forecast, right?
Yeah, exactly.
With the weather guy that's lunging in front of the screen there. We're having a Super Tracker.
Super Tracker 9000. Look, it's rain.
And if we were to paint our home with low VOC paint, does that somehow qualify?
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of indoor air quality, is using low VOC paints. It's better for your health.
And then also choosing the right kind of carpeting, because I know that off gases if it's not correct.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of formaldehyde in products that people don't even realize, so you really want to be careful with the carpets and even some of the wood products that you might choose.
And what about buying new appliances? Does that count? Like some of these Energy Star, getting a better dishwasher or washer or maybe a new toilet?
Yeah, Energy Star appliances all earn you points for Green Point rating.
Gosh, so we're earning points left and right.
Yes, you are.
I feel like I'm a winner. I'm a winner.
We want to have Janine around all the time. See, she's positive reinforcement for us. Well, when we come back, we want to talk more about some of the things we can do, and we're going to meet a couple who has taken it to the extreme. They have done an amazing thing with their home that is not only saving energy, but it's producing energy. It is net zero. You know what I mean?
I love this whole thing.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to talk to these guys.
And so it's refreshing to hear that there are levels of things that you can do. And we want to tell everybody the website to start thinking about it. Go to energyupgradegreenlabel.org, energyupgradegreenlabel.org, and we'll talk a little bit more with Janine about some of the things that you can do and hear from this couple. Wait to hear about the home is just amazing, Eric. So I think now after your pond, you've got to do more greening.
And not only that, but I got to move into there.
See,
can I move in with you guys?
That's the good thing about the show is that we give you ideas, but now your to-do list just got a little longer.
I know. Now I'm exhausted already. Now I've got to do this.
Anyway, we'll walk you through it. Home Wizards, Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. We're back in a flash. Don't go away. Ah, yes. We love to have some energy in the morning. A little coffee.
Pure energy, as it turns out. Pure energy.
Home Wizards here. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole, loving to rock your world and improve your home and improve your life. And that just might mean getting a little greener. And so we thought we would talk about some really easy things and maybe even some more complicated things, but are going to change your life in terms of making your home Green Point rated. With us is Janine Kubert. Hey, Janine, thanks for hanging out with us.
Cindy, great to be here.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about some of the things that we can do from a very simple do-it-yourself level and what the Energy Upgrade Label program is all about.
So we were talking about the different ways to make your home greener, and it can be simple things like when you're looking at your lawn and the plants that you're bringing in. I heard you talking about plants earlier. Keeping an eye towards buying native plants can earn you points towards getting a Green Point rated label. Or if you're inside the house, we have simple things like putting in a recycling center under your sink. Looking at your furnace, if you put in a MERV 6 filter, it's the filter we recommend. That'll get you some points.
Now, what's a MERV 6 filter?
It's created by the great Merv Griffin, as it turns out.
Oh, with a little coconut.
That's right.
A little coconut action.
No, what is that filter?
I believe those have to do with the filtration levels and how much of the particles are allowed through into the home, into the air. So you want to make sure that you have a good filter in there for better indoor air quality.
Is that more expensive, I'm guessing, or maybe a little bit?
I haven't checked out those prices recently, but I don't think they're
MERV.
that expensive. These are all simple, easy things you can do that are low cost.
And then you can also install a gas shut-off valve. Hopefully everyone has that already, but we can do that.
Right. That seems like it would be a wise
You know what? Let me go back to the plants. My friend Amy Rydell helped me pick these plants. These could all survive in the garden organically in this environment.
We got a lot of succulents, too.
I got the succulents. Yeah, and it's just sensible things that you would see in this area had civilization not encroached upon it, rather than trying to grow these, really flowery things that are supposed to be in different climate zones. It just doesn't make any sense. So I urge you guys to, keep an eye toward what would normally be sort of sustainable here in the environment.
So let's introduce a couple of people who've taken it to the extreme. The Fortunatos, Robert and
Fortunatos!
Monica.
Yay!
Robert and Monica are here with us, and your home was Green Point rated.
Yes,
right?
it was.
And
yes.
so take us back, because you live in a 1950s home, right? And it was really, it was drafty. What was it, Monica?
Well, our home was built in 1959, and it was drafty. You could actually feel a breeze when everything was shut. It had no insulation, single pane glass. So as far as energy efficiency, it was very low on that scale.
And so, Robert, what did you think about that? You said, hey, let's change the light bulbs, let's change our insulation, and then what?
We had done all those things, actually, and we were still using a lot of energy, and it was still drafty. And so we thought, there's an opportunity to do something different, something a little bit better. We had a couple of inspirations for that, and one of them was we had the opportunity to work and travel overseas for 2 years, and we saw that, the rest of the world, they use a lot less energy, a lot less resources. And we thought, there's an inspiration there. We can do better. Also, the Public Utilities Commission has a guideline out that all new homes by 2020 will be net zero energy. They will harvest more energy than they use on an annualized basis.
And that's what you have right now, right?
We actually are doing that.
You're basically an energy distribution center.
We are.
Yes.
Right?
That's correct.
Yeah,
It's working.
we actually saw this with the net zero home that we
the
covered,
Martha Stewart home.
Stewart home, and it's essentially like the idea of cars that have, the efficiency ratings on them. We'll see those in homes at some point. So
That's exactly
we know
right.
we're getting into the right thing. Go
Right.
ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Well, so at the beginning of our, did you finish about
Please.
the Public Utility Commission?
Yep.
So, we asked ourselves the question, if that's the mandate by the Public Utilities Commission, how are we going to get there? And so let's try to do it now. And so when we started to do our research, we realized that a lot of things that were being put forth as this is a green solution, if you scratched beneath the surface, it really wasn't as green as it was being portrayed as. And
In other words, greenwashing, right?
Right.
Because it is confusing out there. You
It
feel
is
like
very
everyone's on the bandwagon, right?
Right. Everyone's on the bandwagon. And so we tried to do a little more research, and I think that's when the Greenpoint rated program and Greenpoint rated homes actually could provide us a roadmap and some guidelines with how
That's
to
a great
achieve that.
service,
And so
isn't it?
someone came to your home before you had all this done, and they surveyed where you stood, right? And they came in those spacesuits, right? What did they?
Oh, the hazmat suit.
What did they do? I mean, what were they showing how bad your home was?
Well, the beauty of the Greenpoint rated community is that you have professionals who are really well trained and knowledgeable, and so you can find straight answers to things. And we had a Greenpoint rater, and we have a Greenpoint rater, Sharice Bartholomew, and one of our subcontractors, Wes Harding, who have just done phenomenal things. And very simple at the core. They're thinking about it very simply, and these things actually end up saving you a ton of money. But in coordination with the Greenpoint rated program, we were able to do these things very, very effectively and very efficiently. And our house feels wonderful. It holds heat beautifully. There's plenty of clean air in there. And, when you guys come, you'll see. And it's simple
we're coming
things,
over
too.
for dinner.
Wait, you got food? You got food?
You guys are definitely invited. You're definitely invited. So the things that you really notice and feel are simple things. For example, when we planned the windows, we planned for something called daylighting. It doesn't cost any more money, but by planning for these little things, it means that all day you don't have to turn on a light anywhere in the house. So we're just saving on the energy load in a very simple way, and daylight is so much more pleasant than artificial light anyway.
Isn't that great?
It is great.
And your water heater is cool too, right?
It's amazing. This is one of the greenwashing things that we tried to basically tear apart, because everybody talks about tankless hot water heaters, and tankless hot water heaters are about 95% efficient, which sounds pretty good. The ones we have are actually 238% efficient, because they harvest the heat in the room that it's in. So we have it in our passively heated garage. The sun comes in, heats the thermal mass in the garage, and this thing actually picks up the heat from that and transforms it into 120-degree water. Very simply.
Wow,
very,
that's
very
amazing.
simply. And the beauty of that is it's actually less expensive than the tankless hot water solution.
So
Is that
Janine,
right?
let's bring
Wow.
Janine back in. Janine, now you've seen the before and after.
Yeah, it's amazing the transformation that they did with their house. I mean, first of all, it's so beautiful now. There's a whole second story looking out at the ocean. The views are just incredible. And then the wood, I mean, they reclaimed all this wood that they have in these open beams throughout the living room. Robert, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that wood and how you found it.
Oh, it's a great story. Eric, you can relate to this. The termites in Southern California are incredible. So we were sort of playing tug of war, trying to save every single stick and stone in the house as part of the green story. But we got to a point where our roof, the shed part of the roof, the tongue and groove boards needed to be replaced, and my termite guy came in and said they have to go. And so we went up to one of the partners we're working with who hand demoed our building, and as a result, we kept 97.5% of the demo waste out of the landfill because they found homes for all this stuff.
Sure.
And so I went back to them and I said, not only it's not good enough just to keep stuff out of the landfill, we want to use some of your stuff, and we found 80-year-old redwood shiplap up there. We put it up on the roof, and we're using it for building projects all around the property. It's beautiful. And
That's great.
I don't think
So
you can even
it's more
find it anymore.
comfortable, it's gorgeous, it's green, and how much are you saving on your utility bills every month?
Oh.
Or are they paying you now?
They're
Yeah.
actually paying us now.
Yes, it's interesting when we get our, the utility bills have the bar graph.
Oh,
and
another
it's
check to the Fortunatos.
Right,
There we go.
Right. The bar graph is actually
Hey,
when
you brought a bill. Look
Yes.
at that. Look, the columns are underneath
Yes.
the baseline.
They're-
That's
And so
fantastic.
seriously, you have a zero bill every month.
Yeah,
Yes.
your account
But they
has
should be
minus
writing you a
32.
check, don't you think? Come on.
They will
Right.
be. At the end of the year, they total it out, and if we've produced more than we consume, we
Here's
actually
your
get a check.
So let's tell everybody how we can all do this. Janine, the website we go to, and how can we try to see if we can get Greenpoint rated?
So go to energyupgradegreenlabel.org, There's a button that says Apply Now, and it's pretty easy. Fill out the form. There's a list of Greenpoint raters right there that you can call. They'll come over, go through the checklist with you, and start assessing your home with you.
Fantastic, isn't it?
And we can all do this, right? There's no limit?
There's no limit. As long as you're an LA County homeowner, you can do this. Right now, it's available through the end of the year.
Okay, so again, the website is Energy Upgrade.
Greenlabel.org.
Greenlabel.org.
And the best news of all is that on these bills, they're marked paid. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of you guys. Fantastic.
Anyway, Janine Kubert, thanks for being here. And the Fortunatos, boy, what an inspiration. We're going to put the pictures on the website to show more of those before and afters. I love the fact that you're getting a check from the utility company
this
at the end
great
of the year.
Information,
and it's
you
a
guys.
beautiful, comfortable home. I don't think people associate comfort as much with green. You know, you think about environment, but boy, what a difference that it breathes better, right?
Right. Well, I think that, there's a lot of misconceptions about green, and one of them is that it's an adobe grass hut somewhere.
Right.
And our goal was to build a home that was as beautiful and functional as any other standard
We want it.
construction.
Thank you, guys. You're an inspiration. Thank you.
you.
Janine Kubert, thank you all.
We'll see you Wednesday night for dinner. Good for you?
Hey,
okay, good.
It won't be green food, though. No green food. All right, you're listening to Home Wizards. Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. Coming up next, we have some great DIY projects to get your summer groove on. How you like that?
Love it.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
The fun continues after this.